All right, here we go. This is going to be adding bones. So what I'm going to do is press G to turn on the grid. I'm going to make sure this guy is in the center of the world. So the easiest way to do that is I'm just going to select all this guy. I'm going to group it. So I'm going to click group and click group again. And doesn't matter what you name it. Morning. And now that it's all one object, I'm going to ungroup it so it doesn't matter. I'm going to press W to activate the move tool, and then I'm going to right click these X, Y, and Z arrows right here. This will center this guy on the grid, and I want to line him up now the best I can. So when you orbit around, he's directly in the center. Okay, so now I want to get the front view of this guy. In my case, that's the back, so I'm going to rotate him around. So I'm going to press E, and I'm going to rotate him around 180 degrees. So when I press F, I'm looking at the front of him, okay? So now what I'm going to do is add the bones. So I'm going to click plus, and I am going to go to the gear button. I'm going to click bones. If you're not in orthographic mode, it's not going to work. It won't even allow you to add bones. So first, I'm going to start down here in the body, and I'm going to go up. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to go up to his head. I'm left click. I'm left clicking. I'm going to go to the top of the head, left click, and then I'm going to right click. We have a nub here. This is very important. We need the nub. I'm going to press F3 to go into wireframe mode so I can see what I'm doing. And now I'm going to start at the base of this arm and work out this way. So I'm going to click where this arm connects with the body right here. I'm going to go to the point in which it pivots on the arm right here. So I'm going to left click. And then I'm going to go to the end of the hand, left click, and then right click to get that nub. I'm going to do the same thing here, the point at which the arm goes into the body, and I'm going to left click, go to the point in which it pivots on this sphere, left click, go to the end of the hand, left click, and then right click to get that nub. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the legs, the point in which it connects to the body and rotates here, so I'm going to left click, go to the knee, left click, go to the foot, left click, and then I'm just going to go to the side. We're going to fix this bone here in a second. I'm going to left click and then right click. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to click, click, left click, go out to the side for his foot, left click, right click. Okay, now I'm going to go right click to get out of make bones, and I'm going to adjust these bones now. So I'm going to press F3 so I can see edge faces, and I'm going to rotate these to fit in his foot. Whoops. Okay, the next thing we need to do is add a little bit of a tilt to the bones. So I'm going to select bones right in this section here. So all I can select are the bones. So I'm going to select all the bones in the leg, and I'm going to move them forward a little bit, and I'm going to select this bone here, and I'm going to rotate it back. No, let's see. Let's do this. Rotate this bone forward, and then rotate this bone back a little bit to put a little bend in the knee. I'm going to do the same thing here. On this bone, I'm going to rotate it forward a little bit, and I'm going to rotate this back to put a bend in the knee so the computer knows where to bend the knee. And I'm going to do the same thing in the upper arm too. I'm going to select this bone here. I'm going to rotate back slightly, and I'm going to select the forearm bone and rotate forward so it knows which way the arm is going to bend. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Back a little bit, go to the forearm and forward. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is add IK handles. Okay, so I'm going to select the root bone, or the upper arm in this case, and I'm going to go to Animation, IK Solvers, HI Solver, and I'm going to click on the nub. I'm going to do the same thing on this bone. If I'm going too fast or you make a mistake, press Control Z or pause, Animation, Constraint, IK Solver, HI Solver, and then click on the nub. Okay, same thing with this. I'm going to click on the upper leg, Animation, IK Solver, HI Solver, click on the nub. Same thing with this one. Whoops. IK Solver, HI Solver, and then click on the nub. I screwed that up. Okay, I'm going to click on the first bone, Animation, IK Solver, HI Solver. Click here. Okay, so now when I click on one of these and move it, I have to activate all again, by the way. Okay, now we need to link the bones, link the body to the bones. So I'm going to press F3, and I'm going to go to Animation, Constraint, Link Constraint. Okay, and I'm going to Make sure I have nothing selected. Animation constraint. Oh, I need to ungroup the body. I forgot to do that. So click on the body and ungroup it. See, Alex? And now this thing is multiple objects again. Okay, so now I'm going to go to animation constraint. I guess you have to click on bone to the object. So animation constraint, link constraint. It is the object to the bone. So select the object, go to animation, go to constraint, and go to link constraint, and then click the bone. So I've got the upper arm selected, and I'm clicking on the bone right there. So now I'm going to go to the upper arm, select the upper arm, animation, constraint, link constraint. You must do it in this order if it's not working. If it's not working for you, you have to do it in this order. So I'm going to click the upper arm here. Animation, constraint, link constraint, and click on the bone. I'm going to do that without talking now for the rest of these. And then I'm going to click this bone right here and go to animation, constraint, and link constraint. And whoops, I forgot to get out of that. I need to first select this right here. What did I do last? I forgot what I did last. Okay, I linked the upper leg. Now I need to do the lower leg. So I'm going to select the lower leg here and go to animation constraint, link constraint, and I'm going to select that bottom bone. And now I need to do the feet. So the feet are going to go to this big bone here. So I'm going to click on the foot first and go to animation constraint, link constraint, click on the bone here. And now do the same thing over here. Click the foot, go to animation constraint, link constraint, and then click the bone. So it's click the object first, then go to animation constraint, link constraint, and then click the bone that you want to link it to. You can press F3. Here's something else you can do. Click up here, go to all, select bones again, select all the bones, right click and choose hide selection. They're there, they're just hidden. And now you have the handles that control this guy. Go to all, and if you did it correctly, it should move this guy around, and we should be able to walk this guy around. So it looks like I made sort of a mistake in the rotation of the bones, and his legs are bending backwards. So what I would do when I'm doing the legs is just go back and make sure that there is a prominent bend in the bones. So the one I added wasn't very good. Yeah, that's about it. If you have this problem here, I would delete the bones and then create them again with an obvious tilt in them, so an obvious curve. So if I were making the bones again, I would definitely make the bones in the legs from the side down here, and they would look like this, to the knee, to the back of the ankle, to the foot, right. So mine was more like this, which wasn't good enough. So I would go back and do this. It's very easy if you have that case. Just go to all, right click, unhide all, delete the bones, and do it again. So that's it for the video. Next video will be how to